twanagana n'abakulembeze Honorable Ssemujju w'ekitundu Honorable Balimwezo nange Road Mayor nga twakkaanyiza tufuneyo meeting eri mu mateeka kubigenda maaso. For heaven's sake, si Honorable Ssemujju, si Honorable Balimwezo obanze abatandika embeera eno ey'okutuntuza abantu ne bafuuka emmomboze. Era ng'abantu abafuuse emmomboze bayina nabo eddembe lyabwe okwerwanako mu mateeka. Yensonga lwaki ffe twatuukirira abannema ne twogera ne executive director ne tumulaga etteeka. Tumugaa tujja kujja ng'omenyaamenya abantu nga tobawadde eddembe lyabwe kwewozaako ng'amateeka ga nnema bwe galagira. Njagala mutunulire act eya nnema ya 2019. Mulimu akawaayiro namba 13, 131 ne 132. Obwo bwegoberaŋŋana nga 13 nnema bagiwa obuyinza okufulumya gye bayita restoration order. Notice egenda abantu abali mu ntobazi ng'ebagamba tukuwadde ennaku 21 oveewo. 131 n'egamba notice eyo bajja gisavinga ku muntu yennyini avunaanyizibwa okugyawo ennyumba ye mu lutobazi. 132 n'egamba nti omuntu oyo nga weereddwa ennaku 21 notice y'ennaku 21 waddembe okutwala okwemulugunya kwe either mu buwandiike oba mu bigambo eri abakulembera nnema. Era singa nnema etegeezebwako nti abantu bano balina ensonga zesimba ze bawa lwaki bakyali mu kifo ekyo eky'entobazi, nnema eteekeddwa mu nnaku ezitasukka 14 okuteekawo olukiiko gye bayita tribunal ebawulirize yeringa kkooti ya nnema. Era ne bagigamba ejja kuwanga lulingi yaayo mu nnaku 30. Twasisinkana balirega weeks nga 2 eziyiseewo executive director wa nnema. Bino byonna ne tubiyitamu nakkiriza n'agamba agenda kuteekawo tribunal. Era ne tumulaga petitions ez'abantu ze baleese be bawadde restoration orders. Ab'omu Lubigi ddala bangi baleeta petition, ab'Ekawaala n'abaawa n'ab'Ennabweru. Petition gye ziri. Kati olunaku lwa Monday wiiki eno mukulu Balirega yatuwandiikidde ng'atugamba abantu abo abeetaaga bajje mu kunnema ku Lwokuna ku ssaawa 8. Era n'awandiika ebbaluwa n'agamba ng'awandiikidde nze Lukwago Road Mayor kunga abantu bo b'ogamba nti beemulugunya obaleete. Kaakati bw'obanga nnema director ataddewo olukiiko olugenda okubawuliriza agamba kunga abantu abo banaategeezebwa ddi nti beetaagisibwa okujja mu lukiiko mu nnema ku Lwokuna. Since NEMA has violated this law to the hilt, they cannot be seen to be purporting to enforce the same. The provisions of the NEMA Act of 2019 are very, very clear. They are dictated in section 130, 131 and 132, commanding that once a restoration order has been issued for one to vacate from the wetland corridors within 21 days, the affected individuals have got a right to petition NEMA for a review of that particular order. And NEMA, the executive director of NEMA is obliged, is commanded under the same provision, section 132, to constitute a tribunal within 14 days of the issuance of the restoration order and hear or listen to the grievances of the affected people. Deliver the ruling within 30 days. That is the due process provided under the legal framework created by the NEMA Act. Unfortunately, this has not been followed. NEMA issues restoration orders. They did not constitute the tribunal. Immediately after issuing the restoration order and inscribing that X mark on people's houses, they raised them down. It's the reason we had the interface with the executive director NEMA about 2 weeks ago, and we agreed on the modalities of how to conduct all these processes. Going forward, the aggrieved parties filed petitions, at least from the areas of Nabweru and Kawara within the Rubiji corridor. And those petitions were duly served on NEMA. Just this week, on Monday, my office received a communication from the Executive Director NEMA to the effect that the petitions filed by the aggrieved parties from those localities are scheduled for hearing on Thursday, the 18th, at 2 p.m. at the NEMA headquarters. Listen to this. I was commanded, directed by the Executive Director NEMA in that particular communication as the lead counsel in that matter to mobilize the residents and gather the necessary evidence, prepare the record and submit it to NEMA before the hearing date. They put that deadline there, though it has passed, it was 16th. That please prepare, gather all the evidence that is required for proper disposal of this case, these matters. That was done. So we are in the process of sensitizing people about this process. And this exercise was also intended partially, in addition to what the Honorable Semjo has explained to you, to mobilize the residents, to gather this information, this evidence, those who have their agreements, those who have land titles, those who have all the necessary information that is required, like what the Honorable Semjo is talking about, the pending compensation by UNRWA, and even in Rubiji corridor, there is pending compensation by KCCA because World Bank advanced us a loan with the requirement that nobody should be evicted from within the wetland corridor unless they are compensated. So we have to present all that kind of evidence before NEMA to make an appropriate decision. Now we organize meetings, which were agreed upon with the Executive Director NEMA. Surprisingly, they disperse them in a violent manner. You wonder what they are up to. So that said, for us, we are going ahead with the mobilization of the people. We are gathering the necessary evidence, and come tomorrow around 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., we shall be there at the NEMA headquarters with many of these petitioners. I've told you, in Nabweru, there are over 300 petitioners. Kawara, there are over 1,000. And Waise 3 parish, over 10,000. So we are just putting the Executive Director name on notice. Please get prepared tomorrow at 2 p.m. to receive all the people you wanted to interface with in your communication that you sent to me, the aggrieved parties, because the law commands you to listen to their grievances and take an appropriate decision before any other action is taken.
Guys, thank you very much. I hope nobody is hurt in Kasuka.